Hey, welcome to the Skull and Brush. This is going to be a skull build series. We got a really cool little baby cow skull. So as you can see on the table, we got a couple extra bones, we've got a drill, we've got some super glue and some tacking agent that works really well with the super glue. So baby cow skull, one of our members at the gym said we saw one of these on a trail run, and actually if you go back to our other videos, the similar trail run, if you watch that one, we found this guy on that trail run. So very cool little skull, and I had a crazy idea to add a couple of the extra bones on here, so I'm really excited to take you through this video. Just got a couple pieces that we're going to use, some hip bones, the scapular bones, and a couple extra ribs and vertebrae and stuff, but you'll see going through the video and the series what we use. Little walk through the gallery, what's up. We got some cool skulls that I've done before, a couple of my paintings, and yeah, so here we go. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just playing around with ideas. I put the hip bones at the back of the skull and kind of connected them together, and it actually formed a really cool shape. So I was pretty happy with this. And then what I'm doing now is I would get that bonding agent. It's like a fine powder that when you add the super glue, it just basically welds together. So it's really cool. So I'm just tacking my idea together. I'm just putting layers, so I'll put a bit of super glue first, then I'll put some of the powder, then some more super glue, and I'll just build it up like that. Yeah, until it's strong enough. It's also so when you're doing this, if you've got an idea and you want to get something kind of where you want it to be, and you like it, and you keep going. So here I'm being pretty careful, but very happy with how it's together, as you can see. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. Very excited to show you guys how this one turns out. Got a couple of videos in the series. It's really nice how they went together at the back, and it fits really nicely and flush with the ground, or in this case when it's up on the wall it'll fit nicely on the wall. So the skull is pretty weathered. You can see where the tack point is, another tack point, and the next one. Had to do a bit of work on the skull to get it ready, but yeah, it wasn't too much. The front of the skull was off, and then yeah. So what I'm doing here is using a bit of paper and using the super glue to build a bridge, just to give it a bit more structure and rigidity. If you're going to try this, make sure you get a paper that is, what is the word, porous. It's not super fine, because if it's fine, the super glue won't have anything to soak into, and then yeah, it'll just pop off the skull. So I've tried it with normal paper, it doesn't really work. Yeah, so here I'm just pulling up, making sure it's nice and strong. Later on in the series, so I think in the second video, you'll see how I basically put these pieces together so they are on there for good, they're not going to move. But right now we are just finding our starting point, getting happy, and yeah, all of that powder shot up my nose. Wasn't a very pleasant experience, and it wasn't the first time that that's happened. So yeah, so pretty happy with how it's going along. Very cool looking skull. It's not the biggest skull. It looks bigger in the video than it actually is. So here I'm coming up with the next stage. I've got those scapular bones from earlier. I'm just seeing where I can find contact points and make it, yeah. So here my brain was like, oh yes, this is cool. So I was getting pretty excited here. It's really nice working in the gallery with all my art up. It just gives me inspiration to keep creating. And it's fun that you guys are enjoying my art and supporting me. So I came up with this cool idea, and this was me putting the scapular bones to the skull. So again, tack points. So it's always a really good rule of thumb to get 3 points of contact that you can basically build up from there. Yeah, it looked super cool. And by this point, looking at it, I knew exactly what I wanted to call the skull and the series. So the Avatar Pandora skull series. So if you've watched Avatar with those big blue dudes, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's some crazy creatures in that movie series, and yeah, this just looked like something from that world. So these were on pretty nicely. I was a little bit worried that they'd pop off, so in the next video you'll see what idea I came up with, and it worked really well. But yeah, just looking at Chow, I was very happy. Obviously this is the first time I've done this to a skull. I've grown crystals and added nose pieces on and stuff, but never really made a crazy looking hybrid skull. But yeah, this one is very cool, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last one. So yeah, very happy with how it turned out. As you can see there, I've got a lot more space to work with. And obviously adding the extra bones, that's what I wanted to do with this one, so I could get more space to work on, add paint and detail, and just make a piece that's going to be eye-catching and a statement piece basically. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one in the series, and subscribe.